Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to your Time Sweets podcast. My name's Connor.
I'm Gary.
And I'm Wyatt, and this week we're going to be talking about winter foods.
And we're back.
All right, guys. So I've had a board of different things to talk about, different topics, and I've thrown in random things in there because sometimes you just need to have your board full of things before you can even get all the good ideas. And we kind of decided that one of my options was soup. I literally just had the word soup. And
No, you had the word soup tier list. So I always think of the guy on TikTok who does the tier list. He's like from Jersey. He's like soup tier list.
Soup tier list.
Or, yeah, he does the tier list videos.
Yeah.
NFL teams tier list.
So it was going. I wrote down tier list, but really we don't have a good way to do that right now, and who'd watch that? But if we conclude it and include it in an idea of winter foods and other things that you eat during the winter time that keep you warm. I think it's a good topic, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one who kind of chose the topic from the board, so.
Personally, I'm a big fan of soups. I have some heated soup opinions.
I don't like soup unless I'm sick.
Well,
and there's one soup that is very popular, and I despise it.
Chicken noodle?
Which one?
Tomato.
Tomato
Oh,
soup?
that's agreeable.
Tomato soup sucks. Everyone's like, but tomato soup and grilled cheese.
It's
Go
overrated.
F yourself.
It's not that good.
It's really not.
Eat it by itself. I dare you. Let me sit here and watch you eat a whole bowl of tomato soup
By
itself.
It's like
That's
it's
like drinking-
You can eat a grilled
Right.
cheese by itself. You can't do tomato soup by itself. If you do, I'm sorry. Maybe you have people locked up in
I
your
just
basement.
don't like tomato juice in general.
Tomato juice. It has one purpose, and that's if you get sprayed by a skunk.
Right.
That's it.
The worst thing ever to come out of tomato juice is Bloody Marys. They're just gross. Jalapenos and
I know
pickles.
too many people that are like
and,
Bloody Marys
and
are the best
tomato
thing
juice,
ever. It looks
and then
disgusting.
more alcohol. That's the worst combination. I can't come up with a worse combination except vomit, feces, and and other baby making
vomit,
stuff.
Doodle feces.
Other baby made.
Yeah, like that. I can't come up with a worse trio other than that.
So vomit, poop.
Then
Stuff.
other than and
Baby
then
batter.
it's that is number one, and then tomato juice, pickles, jalapenos. What?
You don't like jalapenos?
I mean,
No,
on
I think mixing
certain
that
things,
with chickens, like pickle.
the jalapeno
chicken.
Cheetos are my favorite.
Although pickled jalapenos,
No,
I love them.
pickles are gross. Vinegar is gross.
You don't
Pickles
like
are awesome. Sweet pickles are disgusting.
Sweet
All pickles are gross.
Dill
Sweet
pickles
pickles
are
can
a
go
gift from
die.
God.
Something I wish I liked were cucumbers,
Spicy
which is
dill
the
pickles,
which
Best
is
thing ever.
the prequel to pickles.
Yeah, I can't. They're just not.
I wish I liked cucumbers because I love the way they smell. Same with coffee. I love the way it smells, and I love to watch people make it, like the real fancy way to make
Yeah.
it, like
I
on
like
a
it with
like espresso
real-
thing. Right. I love to watch it be made, and I love the smell of it, but I hate the taste of it. So I'm one of those people that you'd make fun of because I'd go sit in a coffee shop and work on stuff, but not drink coffee.
because it smells wonderful.
I love the way it smells.
I've never actually had a regular cup of coffee. Excuse me.
It's
I've
what-
only ever had the iced crap that somebody else gets, and they're like, you don't like coffee? Try this. And
There's
it's like,
only
this
one-
is
If
disgusting.
you ever want to
There's
try a drink, I know it's pretty clear, but Starbucks is white mocha, really good.
I think I'd like to start with a straight up just
There's
coffee.
This is like a winter foods and beverage
Yeah,
episode, I think.
beverages are going to have to
Because-
get into this.
like coffee and like
Hot chocolate.
chocolate-
drinks are a heavy part
Right.
of the winter season.
right, and like
Especially
soup
if
is
you're
just a
from here.
glorified hot beverage.
Yeah,
In a true sense, yeah.
Yeah,
with
It's
with like chunks in it.
It's not quite
Jinx.
stew.
it is edible.
It is
I-
edible hot beverage.
I really don't want to go down that route because I don't want to gross someone out. I was about
No,
to
I
say,
want you to say it.
I was about to say it's edible vomit.
Okay, never mind. We're going
Oh.
backtracking. We're backtracking.
Backtracking to not that.
Do I want to start an ethical argument with that?
No,
Yes.
No.
I think I do.
no.
Vomit's edible.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, let's not go down that route.
Got it. So we're going back to the normal soup and
But
warm
so,
foods.
speaking about coffee,
Yes,
there's
coffee.
only one thing of coffee I've ever enjoyed, and that was shout out to Jared. You both know Jared, my
Yeah.
buddy Jared.
Yeah.
We went to Starbucks and he was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I'll take a hot chocolate." And he looked at me weird. He was like, "Okay," but then he got like this ice cream thing with coffee in it. That was pretty good, but that was because like it was like one shot of espresso, and then the rest was sugar and ice cream and like whipped cream. So like that was I was down with, but that's because 1% of it was coffee.
It's mostly sugar.
Right.
And it tastes wonderful. That's what I know most people that are like, oh, I love coffee. And it's just like a cup of melted ice cream.
Right.
It's like, this isn't coffee. I'm
This
not
is a
an
cup
expert.
of melted ice cream.
This is barely cream.
I don't.
It's just sugar.
And those people I will never trust about coffee. It's the people who drink it black with like sugar, just sugar, or like.
I'll be honest, I'd try it.
I don't even like black coffee though.
I've never had black coffee.
I don't like coffee
You,
at
you
all.
see where my neutral stance is on this. Besides iced coffee. Iced coffee is the worst thing I have ever had. No, I take that back. There's been worse things. But it's up there. It is. I don't understand the hype.
Iced coffee?
Yeah.
Well, I don't get iced black coffee.
That's just, yeah. That's
Like
just,
I get like iced like mochas or something like that, or like other things like frappe.
iced chai latte.
Is that how you say it? A frappuccino.
Frappuccino.
Frappe, I don't know. I think frappe is like the cold variant.
We'll see. Like frappuccino is like this is how we made it at Quick Trip at least.
They're Pokemon
We
variants.
put like a whole bunch of ice into the blender, right?
Mhm.
And then like all the coffee stuff, and then we just blend it up, so it's basically like a coffee slushy.
That might be the
That's like a frappuccino, is what I think we called it.
okay.
Or
The microphone. I thought
frappe.
something weird was going on with it. It's 'cause I heard like some kind of popping noise, like physically in front of me.
Oh.
Is it like too close to itself?
I don't
I
know.
don't think it is.
Well, I don't know what it is.
I
I'm
didn't
going to
hear it. I
accept that
think
I'm
you
going
just-
down a hole of
I
insanity.
think
I think you're just insane, is what I was about to say.
Viewers, if you were falling down a hole of insanity and you're
Wait,
imagining
are we-
yourself
are
on
we
a
unmuted?
podcast,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Why you guys doubt me?
I know.
for a second I saw lights and I've never thought about it
We
before.
still
I was
haven't
like,
had
wait.
the worst thing imaginable happen to us, which is we get done with the podcast and we realize that it wasn't recording or it wasn't
Oh,
picking
like
up our voice.
anything at all.
right. We go to edit and it's just
It's gone. There's nothing.
No
wasn't,
sound.
wasn't even there.
God.
I'd be mad. And
that's
I'm-
a
I'm
real
not-
technical
I'm
difficulty.
knocking on the wood on this desk behind me right now.
The
He's
fake
knocking on the
particle
false
board.
wood.
It's real wood.
Is it real wood?
Yes, it's
particle
real
board.
wood.
Particle board?
It's
That's not
particle
real.
board with a lining to make it look like real wood.
That's not real then.
It still has wood in it.
That's
so
as-
don't doubt me,
that's like-
or we're gonna have an issue.
That's like calling a Pringle an actual slice of potato.
Don't
I'd
diss
agree with that.
Pringles.
Pringles is
Pringles are great, but
it's the process of making them is disgusting. It's mashed up potato bits shoved into like a mold form, and then it gives you that little saddle shape.
I saw
Oh, they're wonderful tasting.
tic-
Like I know that look, but like the entire process of their making,
sad now.
it's not right.
I saw this will make you even more sad or grossed out. I saw a TikTok where a woman boiled water, poured 3 cans of Pringles into it, butter, salt, the whole 9, and made mashed potatoes out of Pringles.
Hold
Okay.
on.
I mean,
I-
that's
I
like
need to
prison
see the
mashed
video.
potatoes. Hell yeah.
Well,
now-
I'll show
now
it
I'm
to you after the
curious.
podcast.
That's
It
prison
looked
mashed-
like mashed potatoes, but like soupy mashed potatoes, because 90% of it was water.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
You need to
Actually, like, I
strain
feel
the
like
water out.
is so like we're on the topic, and that's something that I consider that sometimes during winter tastes absolutely better.
Is mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Mashed potatoes,
there's
yeah.
something
Or
about
baked
it during the winter-
potatoes.
baked potatoes, because
Yeah.
year
And
round
potatoes,
I'll eat them.
potato soup. That's
Potato
that's
soup.
one of my
Potato
favorite
soup.
soups. So this is a hack that my stepmom, shout out to stepmom, she came up with this hack, and then I showed it to Kirsten, my sister. Now she does it. So you know how you dice potatoes
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and put it in potato soup? Use a frozen bag of hash browns.
Yeah, you were telling us about that.
Game changer when it comes to potato soup.
Me and Connor got to witness it. It's good.
Yeah.
That is. If I would suggest, if you have some kind of potato soup recipe and you're making potato soup from
Make
scratch,
it with hash browns
Do
rather than
Try
chopped
it.
up potatoes.
it is good. Like chopped up potatoes, it's good still.
Yeah, but
But hash browns, it's something about it.
it
it's-
makes it more of a soup
Yeah.
and like
Like that's something I could put in my thermos
rather
and
than
chug
like
down.
rather
That
than
sounds
like a
horrible.
rather than
You
like
can
a stew.
drink it.
chugging potatoes.
I'm gonna chug my potato soup and I'm gonna love it. I want that on a T-shirt. I chug
First
my
piece
soup.
of merch? Question mark? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Ask nicely.
Ask nicely. If enough people want shirts, I think
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
Merry Christmas. It'll come to you.
I know there's at least like
Christmas
5 people who would
2022.
want one,
Yeah, it says I
not
chug-
including our immediate family.
It says I chug my soup or something
Or
like
just
that.
a time sweep shirt in general.
Just a time sweep.
Yeah.
Time sweeps. We chug soup.
Time sweeps, chugging soup.
I'm chugging yours.
Oh my
Chime
god.
sweeps. We
Chug
tug.
yours.
Chime sweeps. We tug soup.
We tug
We
soup.
tug soup.
We tug suits.
We tug suits. But yeah, so like, I think that that's a good way to make potato soup. And in terms of like actually scratch making soup, I've never actually done it that often. The most I've ever done is like, I believe it's my great grandmother's recipe for chicken noodle soup. And use like those big fat like
egg noodles.
dough noodles.
Yeah.
I think that's what. Yeah,
Egg
they are
noodles.
egg noodles.
They're not like they're called egg noodles, but it's not like the egg noodles that you'd order like a Chinese restaurant. Where it's
Yeah.
like angel hair noodles with scrambled egg in it.
Yeah.
This is like a fat,
It's-
meaty noodle.
Yeah,
which
I
is
love that
honestly
so
my
much.
favorite kind of
Egg-based
noodle.
I'd agree with that.
Like like the big like fettuccine is like
Yeah.
I like that noodle
Yeah.
over like regular spaghetti. Heck on angel hair. I don't want to feel like I'm eating some like put spaghetti sauce on this random girl's hair that is laying on the table and me eating that. That's just that's what I
it's-
think of when I eat angel hair, which is
I'm
why
not
it's
a big
called
fan
angel.
of angel hair either. Which I think that's a good point to make right now is spaghetti. It doesn't feel like a winter food to me, but it is warm. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know. Like I don't associate spaghetti as like a winter.
it's
I'm going
not
to
really
eat this
a-
because
it's
I'm cold.
Not really. I mean, I
I mean,
don't.
they don't have winter in.
I mean,
That's what I'm
well,
saying. They definitely
Italy,
don't.
they
But like,
don't,
there's a
yeah.
lot of
Italy.
places that make soup and they don't have winter either.
Right. I was just
But like spaghetti doesn't seem like most pasta things that are like Italian don't seem like something I would eat during the winter. I'm still doing it.
well,
obviously,
right. Well, see, like you still eat things that like aren't necessarily winter foods. Like for
because
example,
I
cheeseburgers.
definitely know there's people out
wings.
there that are like definitely going for it and they're like, nope, can't eat it. It's not summer. It's like
That's
okay.
crazy. That
You're
you're
just-
insane. Don't
it's-
come.
it's
Don't come
not-
to my barbecue.
It's,
It's
not
like
like
wearing
strawberry
white
pie
before
where it's
Labor Day. I'm
only in
just like, I don't
season.
Right. Or
I
like
don't understand
An-
that.
another
the
thing
crap.
that like people eat in the wintertime that's a summer food, ribs or something like that.
Dude, ribs in the winter sometimes, like if you broil them in the oven, it's absolutely perfect.
So I think we need to talk about some of the most controversial winter foods
Oh, what do you
because
have? What do you
it's
have in
made
mind?
different everywhere in the United States, and that is chili.
Oh, chili.
Oh, chili.
So chili is like there's like 3 provinces, probably more. Three I know of, like 3 different districts where people make chili. So Texas chili, I learned this from Webb. There's no beans in the chili.
What?
There's no beans in chili down south.
That's how my
Why?
dad prefers
It's
it.
basically like a tomato sauce, like spaghetti
It's
sauce,
basically a sloppy
but
Joe,
with chili
but not
seasoning.
sloppy
Chili
Joe.
seasoning. It's not even good enough. It's not barbecue-y enough, like barbecue, like Sweet Baby Ray's.
Right.
Like
it's just
enough. It's like it's chili.
I'm
Imagine
shivering.
chili with no beans.
I'm shivering.
It's just weird.
It's
disgusting.
it's a freaking.
It's like seeing your grand. No, I'm not
It's-
finishing that statement.
It's like it's like a chili dog.
It's not
chili.
that bad. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's like,
Chili.
it's
Well, and
the
see
chili that you
what
put
they
on a
do
corn
down there.
dog.
They don't have like bowls of chili like we do here. Webb says that we in Texas we just put chili on things or put chili like with things,
Which
like
makes sense.
vis-a-vis chili dogs or chili cheese fries or something like that. Which and so here where we're at,
like
Midwest,
a Sonic fast food place. Like
Right,
that kind
exactly.
of fake chili. That's how I imagine the American South.
right?
Fake chili.
Fake
with no
chili.
with no beans.
And then so like in the
Take
Midwest
that,
we have
Texas.
chili with
Tejas.
beans, right?
Yeah.
Chili with beans is like the only way to do it.
It's-
so like,
it's the
what's
true
your
way.
if you have like a bowl of chili, like your family made a pot of chili, how do you prepare it, or do you just eat it plain?
So it depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. Because sometimes I like to put a little bit of like, follow me through this. So I get a bowl, right?
Yeah.
Nice sized bowl. So sometimes, because my dad doesn't like it with the beans, we prepare beans separate. So that way, the rest of us that do enjoy the beans and chili, he just doesn't like beans in general. Which
We
I-
just
I
had a
get
whole
that.
conversation about beans not being in chili.
Beans.
I know, but I'm talking like in general, he doesn't like beans.
Beans.
Like he's not gonna go out of his way to eat beans. Is what I'm saying.
So
Unless
he'd
it's
like Webb's chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like everyone, all my family has different chili. Like
Yeah.
my dad has a different chili, my mom has different chili, and Webb has different chili.
Yeah.
But my mom and dad's chili both have beans in it because they're normal, and then
Because they're average human
Webb's
beings.
Webb's chili doesn't have beans in it.
I bet he's sitting in the other room like.
What?
But yeah, I prepare it like we have this beans cooking separate,
Right.
which sometimes is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And I just mix that in and like layer by layer. So you have meat, beans, top it off. A little bit of shredded cheese. Sometimes before the shredded cheese, I'll add hot sauce, depending on what kind of hot sauce I have in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stir it up, add a little more, stir it up again. Add a pepper, like black pepper, dash
Yeah.
on top.
Yeah.
Then you have the shredded cheese. Stir that in there to make sure that the cheese really gets in there and melts. A little bit more on top just for the, the appearance. Sometimes, 1 dollop of sour cream.
Okay.
And I think that's a fair way to do it.
Yeah.
Do you
So-
eat it with or without Fritos?
That depends on if I have Fritos.
Ah.
Because personally, I don't see the appeal of specifically Fritos.
It's the crunch of the corn. Like it's the
It's
crunch,
the
and it doesn't
corn
add
is-
any different like taste to the chili. So you could still it adds texture to your chili.
Yes.
I see.
So how do you prepare your chili after your mom makes a big old steaming hot pot chili, or your dad? Just
Well, I mean, I just get it out of the pot and then I put some cheese into it, stir it around. What the?
I'm giggling like an idiot because I'm left in the term steaming hot pot. And then Gary's like seeing me
Steaming
giggle
hot
like an idiot in the
pot.
corner, and he's just making faces. It's like being in school again. Because I'm
Alright,
over here, it's like, it's really funny.
Thing one and two. Thing two. Shut up. Okay.
clobbering time. It's clobbering time.
I am in kicking distance.
That
of your
remind.
kneecap.
Well, like I literally just got called out on Facebook by my sister. Like, who's the one person you know that you can't make eye contact with during a non-laughing situation? And then she writes my name, and then Michael writes under her, yeah. And then my cousin comes under and is like, most true statement ever told. I'm like, I'm getting called out. I can't be taken seriously.
Doing things.
All right. Anyway.
Okay. Bowl chili.
Bowl of chili. So I put the chili in the bowl. I get the cheese. Put it around the cheese. Put the cheese around the chili on top.
Like on top.
Okay.
You
Yes.
you
Not,
do a salt,
not around.
You do a salt bay on the
Yeah.
chili.
Yes. I angle my hand and go.
Uh-huh.
And then I get my Fritos.
Sprinkle
Sometimes
the
I get the
pepper.
little wavy ones.
Or
and
you
then
get the
crush 'em.
scoops.
Well, the scoops,
Scoops.
I eat the stuff.
Or you
with.
like eat it like
Yeah, but-
salt, chips and salsa.
If it's just regular Fritos, I'll crush them up and put them on top.
That's a good way to make chili.
Honestly, I've done that.
So I
usually more
have
with, like
a-
oyster crackers.
I have
or
a
something.
common way to make chili,
Yeah.
and I have, like, I don't get to make this chili as often, but that one's my favorite. So
Go
it-
on.
So my like I get a bowl of chili, right? I put Fritos in the bowl first, like just a small handful of Fritos first, like, and then I put the chili on top of it, and then I put cheese and then a little dollop, like the smallest, like a little teaspoon of like not even full of sour cream in there, just to thicken up the soupy part of it. That's what the sour cream is used for in chili, just to thicken it up a little bit. And then I stir that together. That's my normal bowl of chili, right? My preferred way to bowl of chili is to put a piece of cornbread in the bottom of it,
Oh.
pour chili over it, then cheese and a little bit of sour cream as well.
That's a
That,
good
oh
way to
my
do it.
god.
Oh.
Sweet cornbread, not like fried cornbread, like sweet, like cakey cornbread.
Yeah.
So like, story time about cornbread is, so I
Best
went
thing on
down to
earth.
Jordan's family's. Jordan's from the Boot Heel, like South Missouri, right?
Boot heel.
And big old thing of cornbread sitting out. Me, only ever being known as sweet cornbread, takes a big bite of it. It's fried cornbread. So fried cornbread is basically eating like cornmeal in bread form.
Yeah.
Has no taste, dries out your mouth. I was
That's like the original form of cornbread.
right.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, Jordan loves that stuff. And like I just like the cakey, like
Yeah.
yellow sweet cornbread, right? And like I take a big bite of this, I'm like, this is the worst thing. This is the biggest letdown I think I've ever had in my life.
I can name a bigger one.
Every
I can
time
top
every
that.
time I eat that cornbread, they made it the other night without telling me
Yeah.
because they knew I'd be like not been out of shape, but they knew I'd be like, "Ugh, I guess.
I'm in it now.
I mean, I don't really get a say cuz I'm not making it. But they made it and I took a big old bite of it. I was like, this is not good. And it's like, I'm like, what? Okay, I'll eat one piece. Here, Jordan, you could have the second piece I grabbed because I was expecting this to be good cornbread.
I completely understand that. Like, personally, it doesn't bother me that much.
It bothers me a lot. Like, it's like
because you didn't expect it. Because
that
it's like,
ruined fried cornbread for me forever. Is that one experience that I had?
Because you gotta know what you're going into,
right?
Like, one of the it's not that early, I should say, but it happened at a certain point where I was like, you know what, that really bent me out of shape. I was mad. I like had to leave the building mad. I had to step outside. I was this mad. So it's Thanksgiving, right? Not quite winter. It's almost a good literal month before winter.
Right. So fall.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, but I'm talking like the amount of days. But yeah. And so I'm at Thanksgiving, and I thought it was mashed potatoes because nobody told me different. No, this
was like squash or something.
No.
Oh,
that would have been better.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was mashed cauliflower.
Oh,
big letdown.
I already hated cauliflower, and
Right.
I love mashed potatoes.
yeah.
And my plate was half of it, and this bowl was massive.
Whoever made them were like, man, that guy really likes cauliflower.
No one told me. No one told me. And I take a bite out of it, and I was like, this isn't potatoes. I like put the fork down. I like threw it down. My dad was like, you okay? And I was like, yep. I gotta go outside. I have to go outside for a second. And I came back in, and he was like, what was the problem? I said, I found out it's cauliflower. He's like, what do you mean it's cauliflower? It's like, that's not potatoes. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
And I was mad. It was like, I think it was a cousin's like partner at the time or something. I don't remember how the cauliflower mashed potatoes got there, but I know I hated it. Like, even if it was one of my cousins that made it, I would willingly tell them. It was like, I wish it was labeled and like in a quarantine zone because I hate cauliflower. Like, I know people are like, cauliflower isn't that bad. It's like, no. I think cauliflower is disgusting. It is one of the worst things besides cucumber water.
98% of vegetables are disgusting.
I don't know about that.
98% of vegetables are disgusting.
Radishes are cool.
That's in your 2%.
Fair enough.
That's not in mine.
Because there is a lot of vegetables out there that they're not good unless you cook them.
I bet you
in
could
some
name
way.
like 12 times more vegetables that you don't like than you can name vegetables that you do like.
That's probably a fair statement.
And
But
that's
there's also-
I think
there's
that's
like-
everyone, unless you're like a vegetarian
Because
or
cabbage,
vegan.
there's like so many different versions of cabbage, and they all suck. I hate cabbage.
Yeah, and like
Cabbage
I
is awful.
always try
Unless
to
it's cooked right, like in an egg roll.
So like speaking of cabbage, like you know when you order lo mein at a Chinese restaurant,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's either no vegetables or vegetables. I
And
can't
it's-
order with specifically no cabbage. And the Chinese place that we've been going to lately puts like a whole head of cabbage in their freaking lo mein.
Right, and it's like,
And I'm getting like a portion of lo mein.
it's like, it's not like pieces of cabbage.
No, it's like
you get part of the
flakes.
head of cabbage.
Right.
It's like, how did this even happen? Why am I the one getting the head of the cabbage
Did
in
you,
my lo mein?
was the trash can that far away? You just threw it in my order?
Did you know I hate this? Because in egg rolls, it's like, it doesn't make a difference. But as soon as it's in your noodles,
Right. Well, see, like I like
like the noodles are
I like the
ruined.
other vegetables in the lo mein.
Right,
I
like-
just don't want cabbage in it.
peas, carrots, other crap that they throw in there sometimes, it's the cabbage. The cabbage is awful.
One place I used to go to threw baby corn in their lo mein.
That doesn't sound bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, because like the itty bitty cob thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
I used to think they were so funny. I always used to try to eat it like a corn on the cob, like when I was real little. Like, hey, Dad, look, I'm eating corn.
I get that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I'm growing. This regular sized corn, look how small it is. And now I could, like, that's what a normal sized corn looks like in my hands.
It's true.
I became a monster.
I watched him raid a cornfield, and they were all belong to him.
I became a monster. I lived long enough to see myself become a villain.
He laid waste to the American West, wiping out cornfields,
Ba-ba,
looking for corn big enough for his hands. It's just a large It's like a regular proportion guy, literally walking through fields just looking for something to eat, and he's like, "Well, this sucks. I'm going to the next field. This still sucks." And finally finds a cow and holds it up like it's a cat.
Right.
Like, well,
This is mine.
guess this is what I'm doing now.
There's,
Takes a bite.
that reminds
of the
me
cow
of,
like it's an apple.
you remember Bone Collector? Like it was a hunting show.
Yeah.
They had Blake Shelton on once, and he wasn't seeing anything. Like all the other guys were seeing like huge bucks and like deer. I don't know if it was staged or not. Might have been. I mean, it was a reality TV show in like the early 2000s. But Blake Shelton, a cow walks up on him, and he's like, "All right, come over here. See, that animal has a lot of meat on it. I think I'm gonna take a shot at it." And they're bow hunting, and then like it cuts to like a guy. He's like, "I know Blake, and he might do this." But he didn't end up shooting him. But I
was gonna say, the episode is just him with a dead cow. I mean, it would make for good TV.
It would have made for great TV.
It would have been hilarious.
Blake Shelton would probably.
Oh, somebody would have been upset, probably.
Cancel
well,
culture.
not back
Cancel
then.
culture would have
No,
started.
now.
I still think someone would have been upset. Like, I don't know if that would have made
PETA
it
would
to
have been
TV,
upset.
but someone would have been upset.
Right.
Probably, like the dude that owned the cow.
Probably.
Oh, shot my cow.
Shot my cow. That was Bessie.
I was about
It's
to
cow.
call it Bessie, too.
It's a cow farm. There's gonna be cows outside.
It's a cow farm. There's gonna be cows outside.
Best part of that entire barnyard movie is that guy.
There's a cow outside.
It's a cow,
Cow
farm.
farm. There's gonna be cows outside.
It's the best part.
I love that TikTok found it.
Oh my. But okay, so winter foods.
Okay.
like warm breakfasts in the winter is like the best.
Like pancakes.
yeah, like full on going for making pancakes.
If you haven't watched our breakfast food episode, go watch it
Go
now.
watch the
morning.
breakfast
I had
episode.
pancakes this morning. They were great.
I had
I'm
pancakes
just gonna
this
leave that there.
morning.
Like viewers, you can't see the look I gave him, but no, I gave him a look. The look of like that sibling level of, I know where you've been. I know your
Silent-
sins.
Silence.
I know your sins.
You cannot hide from me, dear
Silence.
We're back in. Sorry, we got really carried away with something that was really funny.
It's really funny. One day, you may see it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Maybe not.
But yeah,
so warm
win-
breakfasts.
Warm breakfast.
Breakfasts?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
What's
Warm
going
breakfasts
on
is-
here?
I'm having
Breakfast.
Anyway,
That's a cut.
I like pancakes, eggs, bacon in the morning.
See, I like warm biscuit, right? Like for like a quick breakfast,
Yeah.
or like quick breakfast that you still have to like make.
Right.
Yeah.
So like fried egg,
Okay.
fried ham,
Okay.
biscuit,
Like breakfast
Aight.
sandwich.
American cheese,
Breakfast sandwich.
and it's warm, it's
Sandwich.
nice. You feel like it just is nice. You just feel good.
Now, if you're lazy, McDonald's has that for $4.99. I'm just.
I mean, it's true. I was gonna say you can probably get it with something like better.
No, I
than
don't think
fried
McDonald's
ham.
has ham.
Yeah, they don't have ham.
They have like
They have sausage.
sausage.
And their sausage, I don't know what they do to it.
That's
That
good.
stuff, it's like it doesn't taste like an actual sausage to me. It's probably how much sugar they do or something. Because it's like it's good, but I don't know why it doesn't taste like any other sausage I have ever had.
Because it's
Because it's
frozen.
McDonald's.
Bull crap! It's frozen. The
It's
crap I
frozen
have in
and
my-
processed.
It's been frozen.
It's been frozen and processed.
It's been frozen.
This could be like a
Walt
new thing.
Disney's dead corpse.
That could be like my alter ego that I slip into sometimes.
Just start staring at people and like pointing at them.
I know what you've done in your spare time. I'll steal your soul.
That'd be funny, like that character talking to Bruce Wayne.
I know what you do in your free time.
And it's just Bruce Wayne sitting there. It's like, oh my god,
This guy's a wizard.
he knows.
Anyway,
Wizard
another
Gary.
really good. Wait, I had one in my mind and then I forgot it.
In your
Oh,
mind?
in my mind, a really good winter meal is brisket in like the crock pot,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
and then mashed potatoes to go alongside with that, and then
Ooh.
corn. I don't care what corn, cream corn, canned corn, corn off the cob, anything.
Popcorn.
Popcorn,
Popped corn.
popped corn.
Popped corn.
Anyway, but like that stuff.
What is this corn that pops?
Like brisket, and then like you cut. It's been cooking in the crock pot all day, so you come home and it smells like brisket in the house.
Oh my, that's the best.
I'm like, okay.
It's like say no more.
Say it again.
House smells like brisket everywhere I go. Perfect.
Perfect.
I want
and then mashed
candles
potatoes.
that smell like that.
You have to have mashed potatoes, and then you have to dump all like the juices, like basically the gravy you made in the pot. Like you pour that all over the top of it.
It's so good.
Italian kiss.
Like my mama has made like roast beef and noodles. It's not far off from that, but like instead of like a brisket, it's more of a just literally a roasted beef with like the noodles we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Egg noodles.
With mashed potatoes, and you'd layer it about in that order. Because usually you have the beef mixed with the actual noodles and stuff by the end of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're separate, and it's absolutely perfect no matter what. You never have to add to them like salt or pepper, really. Obviously you do, but you don't need to, and it's perfect.
It's perfect.
There's something about it. Like my aunt, my cousin, my mom, everyone makes it. But the way my mama does it, I think it's just the fact that she's the mama of the family.
mama.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
The
she just, like,
abuela.
she does it, and it's just like, it's perfect. Absolute
It's because
perfection.
everyone else in your family learned to cook from that person.
Right.
So imagine how good your mama's mom cooked.
Oh, I've heard stories. And it's like, you had to have me this late.
You had to, you guys couldn't have had me that many years sooner.
But I've heard that she actually passed away much earlier than that anyway. But like she sounded like everything I've ever heard is like a lot of the work, everything. It was like she was an amazing cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the great aunt that I've talked about
Right.
with the
that makes the biscuits and gravy.
yeah, that like apparently that's where she did learn most of her cooking skills. And everyone quotes her as being super good at cooking.
Well, so that's
everybody back there, they quote them as being super good at cooking in West Virginia. And it's true because they're all really good at cooking.
Cooking and conspiracies.
Cooking and conspiracies. That's
Look
like
out for our new show.
That's like another meal that a lot of people enjoy in the winter time specifically, like more than summer, is biscuits and gravy.
It's
Like
true.
like a good wintertime breakfast for you guys. But yeah, biscuits and gravy. A lot of breakfast foods, like
They're
really good.
so much
a
better in the
food
winter.
that really hits different in wintertime is steak.
I agree with that.
So like steak and eggs for breakfast in the morning in the wintertime when like fresh powder on the ground.
It's a
That's like an experience.
yeah. You can't have it any other
Like
way.
imagine making a 12-ounce steak and 2 sunny side up eggs on top of it, and then looking out your window and seeing like fresh snow, like not been touched.
and in
That's
my mind,
beautiful. That
there
should
is
be in
a-
a movie.
There's a huge
Yeah.
difference between like steak for breakfast and steak for dinner.
Uh-huh.
Especially like during seasonal changes.
Right.
There is a huge difference between like the steak you have for breakfast or dinner during winter and then during summer.
Yeah.
During summer, you're cooking that thing outside on a grill and you're going for it.
Yeah.
Inside, you're a little bit more refined. It's different. The way you cook it has to be different. It
Yeah.
may taste similar or even the same, but it's still different.
Right.
And especially because, you know, you might not have egg with it for dinner during the summer.
Yeah.
Right.
If you do, I mean, more power to you, but like summer, make something outside, like I don't know, grill your vegetables.
What are
Grill a
like,
carrot.
What are like exclusive, like winter, like Christmassy type?
Well, see, for my family, it is like chili we don't make in the summertime.
Yeah,
I'd
I
agree
know.
with that. Like
And, like,
chili-
that's-
unless
I feel like
unless
that's
it's
everyone in the
specifically to
Midwest.
go on
Unless
a
it's
hot
like a
dog.
chili cook-off
Right.
during the summer.
But even then, though,
That most
I
of the
feel like
time
that's
those-
weird. I feel like
most
that's
of the time
most of the
those
time.
go like during the winter.
Right, like December through like January,
Yeah.
that's happening, or
Yeah.
even maybe like
just however long it's kind of cold.
right.
Yeah.
Just like you can't. That's like a meal that like you can't have while it's warm outside. Is
It's-
chili
yeah.
or like stew, any kind of stew.
I think that depends on the stew.
Like
Depends
beef,
deeply
like
on the
beef
type of
stew,
Beef stew, it's better during like
the cold
fall, winter,
Right.
when it's more.
My
brisk
sister made it the
outside.
other day. So, but like, and I don't like cooked carrots. Like, I don't know what it is. I love
I was
like
gonna
I
say,
like
personally,
I'll,
I
I'll
love
eat raw
cooked carrots.
crickets.
Raw crickets.
I'll eat raw carrots
Look at
with
it,
like
Owen.
ranch, but like cooked carrots, I don't know if it's I think it's the texture. I like to
Yeah.
call it the mouth feel. I don't like the mouth feel.
I get that a
Mouthfeel.
lot because there's a lot of things that
Shout
that
out to
really.
that one forgotten Ryan Reynolds movie, R.I.P.D., where they can't. He's like, I can't taste anything. He's like, I know you're dead. What did you expect? And he's like, why do you eat? He's like, I like the mouth feel. It's all
Fair
about the
enough.
mouth feel for
It
me
kind
when
of
it comes to
is.
eating.
It's true. I like that. I imagine being in that situation. I'd agree with that. The mouth feel. You like, you can't taste it. It's still like it's an action. you
Yeah,
know?
people with COVID really experience that.
Oh yeah, first wave. But like, I can't really think of anything that like besides like certain ways chili's made, like a true like chili, like you're eating it out of a bowl.
Is this a chili
That's
episode
winter.
now?
Might as well be.
I mean, like, like to me, like we're talking about like winter foods, really.
and that's like
so,
the-
like,
We
to
can talk about,
me-
like, Christmas cookies and stuff too.
Ooh, we could talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
like
like
baked
butter
goods. We haven't
cookies.
even moved over to baked goods, but like to me, like the meal that I associate with winter specifically is chili.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I don't know if you
besides,
guys feel
like
the
Christmas
same.
desserts. That's I'd agree with that.
Like fruitcake.
Yeah, fruitcake. I don't like fruitcake.
Some
I've never-
fruitcakes are awesome.
I've never had
99 other like percent of the other fruitcakes are bad.
I've never had fruitcake.
You're not missing much, in my opinion. It's
The best thing to come out of fruitcake is the song.
Oh God.
the song.
The fruitcake.
Okay. But like fruitcake, in my opinion, you're not missing much, and that is like really an extremely Christmas
Fruitcake.
thing. Like
And then all
those
the Christmas
butter
candies?
cookies, like and like they come in the tin. They're like
Lindor
from
truffles,
Danish
stuff like that. I mean,
truffles.
I mean,
I said
little
Christmas candies.
I mean, my mom usually makes those around the Christmas time. So.
Oh, they're usually in my
What's
house.
something that like your family
random
does
time of year.
food wise around like Christmas and
I
stuff that like
mean-
besides like you just said that like that just brought like a thing like what does your families do around like the cold times that like maybe
my
not
mom
other
has a
families do?
thing. She calls it soup season.
Soup season.
So she makes a bunch of different soups and stuff. I mean, too many to count at this point.
I mean, we're good to usually have chili. Like every winter, there's usually chili.
Right.
But if we're
Right.
talking like for Christmas or something like that, it changes. Because
see,
like we
like-
get together with other family. Like recently, we had like a southern style like gumbo jambalaya, bunch of cornbread, stuff like that on Christmas, and then we went off of the seconds for the rest of the days after.
Yeah.
Ordering pizza.
That could be like
that's a big one.
Like
during
to me,
winter.
like stew and stuff as well. Like I always want to try like bear stew.
bear stew.
Yeah, you never
Bear
heard of that?
stew?
It's basically like beef stew, but it's made with like big chunks of bear rather than.
I don't know if I could eat a bear. I'd
Why?
feel bad eating a bear. It's a
Apparently,
bear.
bear is really good.
I
if
really
you
like
if you make it
bears.
right, I mean, like all wild animals, like
I mean,
if you don't
yeah.
prepare it right, it's gonna be really gamey. But like apparently, bear like is really tender and stuff. I would love to try bear.
I don't think I could do it unless like I wasn't told about it, and then I'd probably be like, "This is great.
This is great. I'm gonna
This
keep
tastes
eating this.
Wonderful." Then somebody'd tell me it's a bear, and I'd just feel really bad. Then I'd be like,
Why?
Why do they have to taste so good?"
Why do you feel bad?
Because it's a bear. I like bears.
Okay, it's not like you're eating a human.
I think I like more bears than most humans. I legitimately do.
It's not like you're eating
It's
like,
not like you're eating Soylent
polar bear.
Soylent Green's still human, Connor.
I
That takes
know.
place in 2022.
What it does?
Soylent Green.
What's that?
It's a movie. I don't think that's the is that the actual name
I
of the
don't
movie?
think it's called the.
The book might have been called that. I don't remember what it's the actual name of the book or movie is called. It obviously was a book first, as I say this. And Soylent Green was like there's a hunger crisis, and the idea was that because of the overpopulation and the hunger crisis, you take care of one thing.
It's called Soylent Green.
It is.
You take care of one. Killing
so-
two
you
birds
solve-
with one stone.
Yeah, kill people, feed them to people, and then there's a big line
That's
in the movie,
gross.
and they're like, "It's made of people." And the amount of times I've heard my dad say that over the years.
Well, that's like you remember in Book of Eli, those old folks that they came across.
Were they cannibals?
They were
They
cannibals.
were cannibals.
Yeah, because they had too much iron in their blood, so they were shaking and stuff. Like I think that was like the thing, and like those weren't sad shakes. Those were people they were eating, because they had like all those graves outside from the people that came and visited them.
You're right. I completely forgot about that. But like, yeah.
That's a
Where-
movie that I refer to a lot on this podcast specifically. I think
What was I talking about before? People, bears, bear stew.
bear stew.
Because yeah, you were talking about like you'd want to try bear stew.
Mm-hmm.
You could make a stew out of anything, like literally anything.
Literally, you can make a stew. Like I would love to try rabbit stew. Apparently, rabbit's really good. And
Everyone says rabbit stew's good.
tender. So
To me,
surprisingly,
rabbit just doesn't sound good to me. It's not a matter of like finding them like nice or anything. I don't know. Rabbits just don't sound appealing.
well, so apparently beaver's really good too in stew. And
That's, I don't know. Beaver sounds worse than rabbit to me.
no, like beaver is really good. Like is like known as like the beef of wild game.
Okay.
That's what beaver is. And sorry, I have something in my throat.
Probably.
But surprisingly, there's this YouTuber that I watch called Flair.
Flare.
He's
Sorry.
like an outdoor YouTuber.
Yeah.
He catches like with traps and stuff in trapping season, and then anything that he like hunts and kills, he'll like do. He used to do back when YouTube was more lenient. He used to do catch, clean, and cook. So he'd teach you how to clean the animal as well. But now it's just catch and cooks because
YouTube should allow that because
there's
going.
What
to be
is
blood,
YouTube? It's a
but-
learning platform. That's
Right.
like you're learning how to clean an animal properly and humanely. Like not like
there's going to be blood involved.
what do you want
Like,
me to
what do
learn
you
how to
want?
skin an animal from? Red Dead Redemption? You can't just tear something's skin off that easily.
It's
I mean,
not- yeah.
maybe depending on how
It
long they've
depends
been
on the
dead.
animal.
Right. I saw. Speaking of that, I saw a YouTube short of a guy like Arthur Morgan taught me this, and he just rips a rabbit's skin off like Arthur Morgan does. And I'm
Just
like,
takes
oh
it,
my
grabs
God.
it, and rips it.
Right, but
It's one dead.
so
rabbit.
but he caught a bobcat and he skinned it, and like he's gonna get it mounted like the whole bobcat. But they took the meat and they cooked the meat up, and he says that bobcat's better than beaver, and beaver's like the number one thing in like the wild game community apparently. So like I'm like, but like isn't a bobcat just like a normal house cat almost?
Technically, it's of the larger cat variety. Like they're not able to purr, so they're
Okay.
technically like a different kind of structure. Still a cat, obviously.
Can't like lions purr and stuff?
Lions cannot.
Lions can.
After a certain age, mountain lions can.
Mountain lions can.
Mountain
I thought
lions
lions
are more
could.
closely. Lions
Tigers
cannot.
can't. That's why they chuff or something, whatever it's called.
Lions are not able to purr, as I understand it, but mountain lions are.
Okay.
Because
Further
mountain
to
lions fit into this.
Google.
Yeah, go ahead and Google it.
I don't know.
willing
I
to
would
be
love
wrong.
to. I would love to learn because I thought the only like big cat that couldn't purr was tigers.
Tiger, yeah.
No, I understood it as most larger cats, except
Okay,
for the
I'm
mountain
willing
lion.
to be
Like,
wrong as
cheetahs,
well.
I understand that they can't purr either. Bobcats fit into that larger cat variety, like by genus or whatever,
Okay.
or a specific variety. It's in my. I
How
don't
cool it would
remember
be
the
to
name
like
of it.
have like a pet bobcat or a pet lynx,
I think lynx can purr
but lynx are bigger than bobcat.
physically, but so is a mountain lion.
True.
Big cats, lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars have a length of tough cartilage that runs up the.
This might be why they are able to
It
roar.
prevents purring, but it also gives the larynx enough virility to produce full.
That's what it
throated
was about
roars.
tigers. So, like the big cats that can roar, like lions and stuff, like tigers can't roar; they chuff. Like they do like a like a thing.
That's terrifying to hear.
Yeah, but like so, like they can, none of them can purr, but tigers are the ones that can't roar. That's what it was. That's what I remembered.
Tigers can't roar.
No,
Yeah, and to be fair, it makes sense because the way they do their
contrary
thing,
to what pop culture wants you to believe, tigers cannot roar.
to me it makes sense because the way that they hunt, the way that their pattern, like
You know
their,
what,
their
like-
fur pattern.
Tigers are like really strong swimmers as well.
Oh yeah,
like
and
crazy strong.
and they jump incredibly well. They are
Yeah.
nature's perfect hunter.
Uh
The tiger is amazing.
All right, winter foods.
huh. Tiger, it's pretty good. Have
No.
you ever had it?
No, I'm gonna
Dang.
say I haven't.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't get to finish my thought about tiger. Anyway,
I'm
so
sorry.
yeah, winter foods. So I personally am always like a fan of like having things with beans in them in the winter. Like I love
White beans and chicken
Yeah,
with cornbread.
except for beans and ham.
Red beans and rice.
Another thing,
Red
cornbread's
beans
kind
and rice.
cornbread's
Red beans and rice to
kinda-
me, they also go every time of day,
Yeah.
every time of year.
Yeah.
But in the winter, I do feel a time to eat them more.
Yeah.
like cornbread. I've been saying cornbread a lot. That's kind of a wintry food.
And I think that depends on household sometimes.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Like for me,
would
like
agree
I
with
don't
that.
really usually get cornbread unless it's wintertime. And I love cornbread. I could like make a pan of cornbread and just eat that.
'Cause
It's
I'll
not
be
good
honest,
for me,
I wasn't.
but I could do it.
I wasn't into cornbread like I am until very recently.
I
Actually.
love cornbread.
Like over the summer, I was like, because when I was younger, I was like, this isn't very good. And I had some over the summer, and I was like, sure, I'll try it again. It's been years. It's like, oh my god, cornbread.
Cornbread.
Now I just kind of just want cornbread all the time,
Yeah. 'Cause
and
it's
I
great.
don't know why, but cornbread, dude. Cornbread.
Cornbread.
Corn-
Corn dogs.
Cornbread.
Huh?
Corn dogs.
Corn dog. That's a thing that sometimes in the like, it's sparsely at like certain times of year that I get a craving for it. And winter is one of those times. Have you guys ever felt that? Like,
Or
there's
like
some
little,
things that
or
like,
meatballs or little smokies or something.
yeah, like
that.
an annual thing.
Like those ones your mom makes for
Oh
us.
yeah. The
Dude, yeah.
meatballs.
Like the meatballs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's something about like those are a winter meatball, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
and they are amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like sweet too, cause like it's like
It's-
jellies
it's
in there.
It's
Sauteed.
like it's sour cream and like barbecue sauce.
And it's perfect. It's one of my favorite things in
Yeah.
this world. Not gonna lie.
They're pretty good.
Well, she's probably gonna listen to this episode.
So
Shout out.
I want that to be heard. That those meatballs are like one of the greatest things to grace this earth.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'll bring a crock pot and some of them over one day.
Don't threaten me with a good
I
time.
was gonna say, don't threaten me with a good time. What's another good winter food? Because a lot of the things that I'm thinking of personally are just things that like they'll come at like every so often, other than like what we've said, like chili, certain desserts. Because there's some things that like are desserts, but you can only have them like you have them more at Christmas time because it's more special events. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more holidays going on between
Right.
like Christmas, New Year's, other crap that just
Well,
goes
so
on.
like that, like foods that I associate with holidays that just happen to be in wintertime, like turkey and
Super Bowl.
and
Yeah, crap
Nachos,
like
Super
ham.
specifically like that fake cheese nachos.
right,
Yeah.
I associate that with the Super Bowl. I
fake
really
cheese
do.
nachos.
And like conventions. So really, that's also an annual 2 times a year.
I associate those little Smokies with the Super Bowl and stuff.
I'd agree with that.
Like the little
Like those like little specific finger
Uh-huh.
foods that people associate with the Super Bowl. You really only have them in that winter time when it's here. The Super
Right.
Bowl, that is.
Yeah.
everyone who's in California right now. It's 75 degrees, and when I
Yeah,
watch the Super Bowl,
Bite me.
bite me.
Come here. Taste the weather. Have some snow. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
I'm going to show you what it's like to have mud during the winter. It's 9 degrees and it's muddy. Explain that.
Yeah.
Don't. I want you to not look me in the eye and explain that, please. I know
So it's
full
muddy
well.
outside because the snow melts and the snow makes to the ground.
I know where you sleep at night. son of a gun.
Son of a gun.
You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you? It's one of my favorite Looney Tunes jokes. Like,
Connor, do you have any favorite winter
yeah,
foods
like
that
a
we
winter food
haven't
that
talked
you
about yet?
love. That you personally, in your core, like how Gary loves
Damn.
cornbread.
This is hard. This is really hard.
Weird thing that like you'll eat it yearly, but something about it during wintertime hits different. Chinese food.
Oh yeah.
Something about Chinese food in
It's
winter.
the noodles. I like noodles in wintertime. Noodles in wintertime hits different to me.
Yeah.
I'd
Like
agree
my
with that.
My mom's chicken
That
noodle
makes
soup,
sense.
I love that. The noodles. And,
Right.
Yeah.
And there's
Well-
like drinks we haven't talked about too, like earlier. Like you mentioned hot
Do
chocolate,
you
but
like eggnog?
I don't like
I do
eggnog.
I
not.
don't like. I don't
Some
like
Eggnog's-
people in my
it's
family, like
disgusting.
Webb and Kirsten, love eggnog.
I don't get it.
No one else in the house likes eggnog.
I'm willing to bet that it's genetic. That like it's like cilantro. Like to some people it tastes great, and to other people it tastes like soap.
Or burning acid. Like it tastes like you're licking the top of a 9-volt battery.
So like eggnog is somewhere in the realms of you either like it and you're just a weird genetic freak, or you don't like it and you're a normal person.
Just eggnog.
It's disgusting.
I've never tried it until like 5 years ago. I was like, okay, I've never tried it. I've always just said it. I didn't like it because I thought it sounded gross. Took a drink of it. And I was like, yeah, I was right. I should have just never tried this.
I was gonna say, you know the original name for it, right?
What?
Milk punch.
That's
It
disgusting.
makes it so much worse. Originally, it was more of an alcoholic beverage,
Mm-hmm.
and I have tasted it like that once. It's still awful.
Yeah.
It's still bad.
It's very.
I think that's the only reason people tolerate it is when it has alcohol in it, because then they're like, well,
I can get drunk by drinking milk.
I was gonna say it'll taste
Yeah,
better when
yeah.
I'm drunk.
Speaking of alcoholic milk, I don't know.
Yeah. Go on.
It tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So you make a thing of hot chocolate and you put rum chata in there.
Okay, now I'm on the same page as you. It's like, what are you talking about?
Tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Try it. Try it.
Let me get right on that.
Try it. Go to
Yeah?
the store, buy some rum chata.
Just go buy some rum chata right
Oh, yes.
now.
Oh, yes.
Just go do that.
we the 20-year-olds.
Yeah. How old are you again?
How old you, Gary?
How?
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm older than you guys.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
By a whole year?
Sure.
By a whole year, basically. Like
I
when I
remember-
turn 21, like I turn 21 and now I have to wait on you guys to turn 21.
I remember when Gary graduated. Do you remember that, Connor?
Yeah.
2019.
Back with our friend Ian and
Yeah. Ian, you
our
remember
other
that?
friend Ian.
Comment, Ian. Back us up. Validate us.
What are you talking about? I graduated with your parents.
Graduated with my father in 1989. That's been 30 years ago.
Well, see,
That's
get this.
weird to think about.
My mom graduated in 90, and we graduated in 2020, exactly 30 years apart.
Now that's weird to think about.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much has changed.
Only 30 years. And
30 years.
your dad's life is completely different than it was.
Oh,
My
yeah.
mom's life is
I was
completely
going to say
different
he
than what
turned
it was.
30, and next thing you knew, a few months later, he had a whole child. Now I'm here.
No, I'm here.
Yes.
Welcome to the Time Sweeps podcast.
Sorry, world. Now you're stuck with me.
We got about 10 minutes left,
10
or
minutes
9
left?
minutes left.
I'll be
8
honest,
minutes
I feel
left.
like we've talked about most of the winter foods. I do have one cold weather drink we haven't mentioned.
What is it?
I haven't had it in years. Heated cider, like warm.
warm apple cider. That's more of like a fall drink to me.
It is like,
'Cause I
I've
associate
known
it
a lot
with,
of
like,
people that have it
pumpkins.
in winter though.
Yeah.
Like they'll have it during like the going into the Christmas holiday. I do personally associate it more with fall because there's all the cider mills. They're
The
doing
pumpkins.
all their
like-
bluegrass, apple cider,
Yeah.
donuts, and bull crap.
I
White
associate
woman
hot apple
jeans and
cider with like the tubes of
cat-high
honey.
boots.
You know the tubes of honey that you get at like a pumpkin patch?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
It's like
yes.
a straw that they melted the ends to and it's just filled
like
with
the
honey.
honey things.
Yeah. I associate that with hot apple cider. Which like hot apple cider's good. Like
It's been years since I had it, and personally, it's because I remember one year. It was actually at a winter event, I believe. I think it might have been something Christmas related or New Year's related. Duh. But like I remember having it. It was at Parkville. I remember having it. And I came home, sat on the couch, and spewed my guts out.
you threw up?
Yeah, and it was like in my head, it just was like it's because the apple cider. And to this day, it still bothers me because I was young enough that it left that kind of impression on me.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first horrible stomach problem I ever remember in general.
That's weird.
Like ruining a couch cushion bed. And I still to this day, I was like, I know it's probably not the apple cider.
But you're scared to try it again.
Yeah, because part of me is like, oh,
It might be.
I can feel like thinking about it too hard with an apple cider, like a warm apple cider in front of me. It's like I feel it here, like in my chest, and it's like that childhood fear.
Right. Well, we can all agree that the best warm beverage for the cold weather is hot chocolate.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
hot chocolate.
Yeah, hot chocolate. I don't think anything can beat hot chocolate.
Because you can also
Yeah.
change it in so many different
There's
ways.
those freeze, so like there's
add
those
coffee.
dry, like the little tiny little marshmallows that are like yay big.
Oh, they're perfect. You used
On
to be able to
top.
buy them in like a mozzarella shaker.
You still
thing.
can.
You still can.
You still can.
I haven't seen them in forever.
You still can. You buy it and just shake like the
And they're
cheese thing,
perfect.
and it's the best thing. You put like thousands of
Put
them
it
on
on
top
my
of your
lasagna.
right. Just take the top of the thing off that and
Just
just
eat
dump it. Like
Just in my mouth.
because I don't like full size people who put full size marshmallows or the jumbo marshmallows in their hot chocolate are literally lunatics.
So I have someone you should meet.
I will
And
kick
he
the hot
is-
cocoa out of their hand.
You know them.
That is insane. If you
It-
use
it is-
anything
it is-
bigger than the marshmallow minis,
It is my own brother.
that is disgusting.
He'll be in there, and I'll come out, and he's walking out of the kitchen. There's just a large marshmallow, like sticking out.
Logan.
There's like one of them.
Just drink it without marshmallows at that point. But you know it's a game changer.
No, I think it's fair if you stir it. It still gets the same.
you know
amount
it's a
of sugar in
game
there.
changer?
Using peppermint.
No. Using marshmallow fluff.
I don't know about that, Chief.
Marshmallow fluff. Corner Cafe does this with their hot chocolate.
Is that what they do?
Yeah. It's marshmallow fluff in there.
I don't think I knew that.
And that's why it's so good.
If that's the case, then yeah, I might just start doing that.
Marshmallow fluff. Not a lot.
Wait, Connor, have you had this? I didn't know they did that. Did you know that?
Marshmallow fluff and hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it before. I don't know how I feel.
Just like
about it.
cinnamon sugar on popcorn. It's a game changer. The whole
that's
snack.
true. I don't think I've ever thought about marshmallow fluff as the way to do
Marshmallow's
that. I
fluff
really didn't know
because
that
it's
they
like
did that.
basically like liquid marshmallows, right?
That's true.
And you put that just like a medium. Not you don't want it too big of a scoop because then you're kind of flirting with that. Just putting a jumbo marshmallow in your hot chocolate, and you don't like it too small of a scoop, or else it just all like fizzles out. You know. So like, just a nice scoop of it. Because that was when I tried to recreate this. That was my first mistake. Like the first time I tried to recreate this, biggest thing of marshmallow fluff I could put in there and flopped it in there. It was just basically like having the jumbo marshmallow, and it was one of the worst cups of cocoa I've ever had. But no, I think that's the best way to do it. Then the little dried marshmallows, and then like the minis. And the minis I still don't like as much as the There's such thing as too much marshmallow.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even like to eat a lot of s'mores because I'm not the biggest fan of marshmallows in general.
I've never used marshmallow fluff, and what I like to do sometimes when I have hot chocolate is I'll have like candy canes left over from Christmas, or just little peppermints in general, and take it and like stir it in, or use the peppermint stick to actually stir it, because it'll dissolve it because it's warm,
Right.
and it leaves that peppermint flavor into the hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So you're adding sugar, adding peppermint. And
You're like a
dissolving
big
the
fan
stick.
of peppermint and
Oh,
marshmallows, though.
I love peppermint.
Because like
I love mint.
you brought those Andes chocolates
Oh
to
my God,
the camping video.
and they were the best things ever.
Go check
for
out the
me.
camping video. That
Yeah,
was
go
kinda
check out Gary's camping video from 2020.
2020.
Yeah,
It was during the pandemic because we were all like, "Oh, we're going camping." You're like, I don't know about going outside. I was like, we're gonna be outside.
yeah, we're gonna be away from people.
Like,
It's
we're-
camping, and I was like, actually, yeah, that's a fair point.
That's a fair point.
No one's there. It's us.
And
I'm
fun
looking
day,
into
fun
getting
video.
a tent for myself, like for my own uses. Let's go camping again this
Let's
summer.
go do it.
Let's do it. I'm getting this big pointy tent.
Dope. Like a teepee.
Yeah, it's like
Is it a real teepee? Like you have to carry around the logs and stuff.
I wish that'd be so fun. I say that
It'd be so fun for 5 minutes.
for 5 minutes. It'd be like, I have a teepee, and show up somewhere and be like, oh god,
I have to put the teepee
I have
up
to put
now.
this up. This is a 6-man job.
That's like a
But it's a one center pole,
okay.
and it has like a wire frame at the top that helps it disperse, and then it uses cords to
Uh-huh.
disperse the rest of it down.
I remember when everyone's like, "You camping in an RV? That's called glamping." But now there's like tents that are as big as an RV on the
Yeah,
inside,
and they're actually really cool.
and I'm like, "That's called glamping." Like, I don't even know like
let's go camping.
like
in winter
hardcore
next year.
camping.
No.
Let's
Let's go
do it.
camping where?
Camping in winter.
No.
Yes.
It's
I mean, that'd be a
awful.
fun video.
Let's
I've
prove-
done it.
Let's
It's
prove.
awful.
I'll prove how.
Resilient you are.
Yeah.
Wyatt, the first time that camping video was the first time you ever went camping.
Yes.
And now you just want to go balls deep.
Yes. Full winter. Full send.
Good luck.
I want to do it. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, covered in dirt and snow and mud. I don't know where the snow's coming from. It's all melted.
It's 6 degrees outside.
Yes, it is.
Have fun, Glenn.
I'm gonna have.
You're-
I'm gonna have a
you're-
good
you're-
time,
Connor and I will sleep in the comforts of our own home in the heat.
and I'm gonna be cold and outside,
You might die.
on fire.
And on the note of Wyatt dying in the cold, we are out of time for this week's episode of Time Sleeps. Please make sure to like if you haven't already. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have subscribed, please make sure to click that little bell icon right next to the subscribe button because that really helps us out in the long scheme of things. Also, Wyatt, secret word, go.
Spew,
No.
please.
No.
Okay.
Next one.
Warmth.
All right. Secret word is warmth. Make sure to go comment that down in the comment section below because it also helps us out in the long scheme of things and it'll get our video out to more people. So we'll see you next week.